As we near the end of College Football 25 season, we have done a ton of different experiments on this channel. This thing was built 9 months ago, and in just these 9 months, we've answered pretty key questions like whether or not you should hard sell or send the house in dynasty mode, and if there is a run play that's better than the rest. But in one of our last experiments, I want to do something different here, because today's data is not going to be from the game, but it's going to be you. With College Football 26 dropping here in June, one of the things that I want to make sure I do is have a great fundamental understanding of you and the rest of this audience so I can make as good a video as possible for you all July long. So with my data science background, there's no better way to do that than to just ask y'all. So a couple days ago, I sent out a survey to all the subscribers and 55 of y'all were kind enough to fill that out. And from that, we're able to do a ton of different things, but one of them is create 5 personas of the key types of viewers of this channel. Today, I'm going to show you those 5 key personas, what makes them different from one another, and how I think that might impact the types of videos that I make here in a few weeks when College Football 26 comes out. This channel is all about making data-driven decisions in the EA college football game, and no better way to do that than to decide with data what videos I'm going to make in the first place. So to start with persona number 1, we have the strategists. Now, these individuals are not watching a whole lot of College Football 25 content. They are playing the game a good bit and probably more than most, but these strategists are playing more competitive modes a lot more often. They're playing things like Ultimate Team or online head-to-head or dynasties online with their friends. So when a strategist comes to this channel, one of the top things that they are looking for isn't necessarily these long, slow rebuilds, but they want the things that will impact their online head-to-head play as much as possible. If these strategists are watching videos outside of my own, they're usually watching guys like Civil or Kurt Bennett or other creators that are really focused more on directly helping them. These strategists want to get better at the game, and when they're going to watch a video, it's going to be so they can get better. And this probably represents a lot of y'all. And one thing I definitely want to emphasize, while I have done a pretty bad job the last few months, the top priority for me in July when College Football 26 comes out is going to be making data-driven videos to help people get better at this game, especially for these strategists. Now, my personal favorite is doing data science type videos for recruiting, which there's another audience that I'll get to in a minute that will really benefit from that. But these strategists also care about just playing the game better itself. So certain things like identifying coverages better or finding a good grasp of whether you should run the cover 2 zone or a cover 3 zone in a certain situation. Now, that is very different from persona number 2, the big screen balancers. You guys are watching college football content on the PC or on televisions more than anybody else. In fact, I got a good feeling a lot of y'all are putting it on in the background while you're actually playing the game. So because of that, there is definitely an appetite for certain videos that will help them get better in their own dynasties. Unlike the pure strategists, these people can also really appreciate certain recruiting type data science videos or other things about the dynasty mode that they can go and directly use. But unlike strategists, these big screen balancers are much more willing to throw on longer form, slower build, storytelling type college football videos. In addition to me, these guys are watching a lot more creators that will focus more on storytelling and entertainment, like Bordeaux, Not the Expert, and those types of individuals. So I said balancers in the title of this group because I really think they balance a lot of different things. They're usually balancing watching content with playing the actual game, and they're balancing a genuine interest in some of the more storytelling and entertainment-based videos, but also data-driven videos that can help them get better at their own game. Now, persona number 3 is not balancing this stuff because they are the occasional experts. These guys play the actual game the least of any of the 5 groups. However, these people are creating dynasties and simming through them and doing complex simulations in dynasty mode more than anybody else. So when they are playing, I don't really know if they're like playing the game a whole lot. They may or may not be menu merchants. Because of the fact that they're very heavy on sims, they're watching creators that do a ton of sims. Bordeaux's imperialism type videos and other things that involve a lot of not necessarily playing the games are of interest to this group. And these people are not just occasional experts because of the occasional part, but they are experts. They are well above average in terms of their knowledge of football concepts, but they are the most knowledgeable of any of these 5 groups of specific concepts that you'll only find in this game. So if you were to throw out a bunch of vocab terms that are specifically for this game, this group is going to know more than anybody else, which makes sense. They know more about the difference between the hard sell and the soft sell because they're simming a dynasty a ton. Now, for this group, I have not really done a whole lot of like simulation-based videos or simulation-based rebuilds. It's something I'd like to try and do a little bit in College Football 26. I don't know how large this group is. So let me know in the comment section if that's something of interest for you, but group number 4, let's talk about them. These guys are the real lifers. And I'm not disrespecting the other 4 personas, all right? Don't say I'm doing that, but these guys play this game less than anybody else. Now, I'm saying these guys are real lifers because they have a bit of honesty to them that I'm not sure if some of these other clusters do. Now, these people are not playing the game a whole lot, similar to the occasional experts, and they're also knowledgeable about the game and football, just like the occasional expert. The difference is these people are very, very knowledgeable about real life football. These people are playing this game for nostalgia, to have a good time, to be able to play football when in reality, like if I wanted to play football with my friends in real life right now, like it's hard, right? You got to coordinate multiple people. You got to find somewhere to play football, right? Like I live in New York. That means going to Central Park, getting 4 or 5 guys to come from wherever they're living. Like it's difficult to play football in real life. So these people, I think, are turning to video games the same way I am to play football whenever they want. So when they watch content and when they play the game, they're just really focused on having a good time. They'll play Dynasty a good bit, they'll play Road to Glory a good bit, and when they're watching content from others, they really prioritize storytelling, series arcs, and really just entertaining videos. And that is different from our final persona, the monsters. Now, I say this last group are monsters because genuinely they do more of everything than everybody else. These guys are watching a ton of creators. It's not just me, it's not just entertaining guys like Not the Expert or Bordeaux. It is a bunch of people. Some of y'all gave lists of people that I genuinely had to go and look up. And I was like, dang, you watch a ton of these people. They're watching content both on the big screen, on the small screen, while they're playing. Again, they're playing more than anybody else. I mean, these people, I think, just love football and love this game. So it's really cool that, you know, they took the time to fill out this survey. And it's really cool to have people that are that involved in this stuff to be supporting this. And frankly, similar to the kind of big screen balancers, that second group that we talked about, these guys like everything so much that I'm not that worried about making something for them because I know that everything is for them. So it's really cool to see a pretty wide balance of different individuals that have kind of found their way over into this corner of the internet. You got the monsters that love this game and love watching people play the game and love playing the game themselves. You got strategists that are probably way more competitive than me and that would probably just totally wreck me in a real game, but they still watch people like me and others so they can get better. And then you got a whole lot of stuff in the middle, whether it's football fans that are playing this for entertainment and nostalgia, or other people that really like the in-depth statistics and doing their own really complicated simulations as well in really complicated rebuilds. In short, this was a really good exercise for me of just seeing how many different types of people there are, but I will say it's not too late for you to help out and actually really help shape the content that I'm going to be making here in a few weeks. The survey is still open. I'll link it in the video description, and I will say 55 responses is great, but when it comes to something like this, the more data we can get, the better. So if you want to help shape the videos that I'm making here in a few weeks for College Football 26, all I ask is that you fill out that survey, be as honest as possible. I would love to get your thoughts. And if you're interested, I'll leave a little option at the end of the survey for me to email you which cluster you fall into based off your results. Super excited to do that as well. But yeah, obviously I wouldn't be making this video if I wasn't crazy excited for College Football 26. I know that this channel was made just a little under a year ago. I did not expect it to get so popular so quickly in just one season of football. I am so excited to run it back. Obviously, I'm very, very like interested in doing this as good as possible. I wouldn't have spent all this time this morning, this weekend, analyzing survey data if I didn't really care about this. So I appreciate you so much if you're subscribed, if you're watching, whatever. And hopefully I see you around a ton here in College Football 26. Until then, I still got a couple last things to make for College Football 25. Looking forward to it. Hopefully I see you then. Peace out.